Now that we are finally in the 8th day of the Trump presidency, the first day of the second week of the Trump presidency, this Friday he kicked things off with a bang rather, or actually, yeah, a ban, suspending admissions for Syrian refugees and limiting the flow of other refugees into the United States by initiating what the president has called extreme vetting of immigrants. Titled Protection of the Nation from Foreign Terrorist Entry into the United States, the executive order would start to make good on Trump's promise to tighten borders and halt certain refugees from entering the United States. The text of the order, in a break from drafts that had been circulating earlier this week, drops a long-time Trump campaign promise to establish safe zones in Syria to give Syrian nationals displaced by the ongoing civil war in the country a place to relocate. The order bans all people from certain terror-prone countries from entering the United States for 90 days and suspends the U.S. refugee admissions program for 120 days until it is reinstated only for nationals of countries for whom members of Trump's cabinet deem can be properly vetted. The countries impacted are Iran, Iraq, Syria, Sudan, Libya, Yemen, and Somalia, according to a White House official. That's enough of that. So you get the gist of the law at this point now that I've read it and kind of given you some background. I haven't heard much reaction to this since it just happened, barring a written statement by my senator, Kamala Harris, or Kamala Harris, whichever one you want to call her, said that this was basically a Muslim ban or that this was a Muslim ban rather. These countries are majority Muslim. Now, I stated all the way back in November of 2015 during Trump's presidential campaign that I didn't believe in discrimination against a person based on their religion, to the extent of banning them over that religion, because I know there are good Muslims that get discriminated against because of bad Muslims that are terrorists. It is what it is. That video is actually still around. You can go and check that out. The point I'm making is I know that is not the case, and you wouldn't see him calling this extreme vetting if it were just an outright ban, because he showed back then in November of 2015. I think it was the day I made that video. It was very shortly before that basically I'm using this as an example of the fact that if this was really a Muslim ban, as she's suggesting, and as some other liberals will probably suggest in a few other days, he would have said it. And it would have been explicitly stated in this law, no Muslims allowed. I think actually a ban on the ones who believe in Sharia law should take place, but that's just my opinion. And that, even then, that still isn't. You can believe in Sharia law and not be Muslim. I mean, it is what it is. So yeah, you got the statement by her that continues to show that, oh, well, I'm a Democrat and he's a Republican, so I have to hate everything that he does. And, she's over here just thinking about the next presidential election, which isn't even, I mean, she's going to be in that same position for another at least 3 years. And all she can think about is presidential campaign, presidential campaign, presidential campaign. Uh, I'm not trying to turn this into a rant on her, but it's sad. Instead of helping all these poor people in every part of California that I see on a day-to-day basis, the state that she is supposed to be representing and assisting, she wants to get some national recognition by rebuking the commander-in-chief when he tries to implement a new policy. Brilliant.